Hi Booktube, my name is Alyssa and today I'm doing a book solution tag, which I know is really late, but January doesn't count for me, so first up we have a series I plan to begin this year. I'm cheating, I'm going to use my read-along series. I decided to do the Year of Cosmere series. I will link some of the introduction videos down below, but basically it's where you take all of Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere novels and read them in a year, and then at the end of the year we're going to have a big live show to talk about the Cosmere and how it's all interconnected. I have wanted to read Brandon Sanderson for a long time, and then after I discovered Booktube, I saw so many good reviews and so many people talking about him and reading all of his books, so I really do want to read Brandon Sanderson books. And then Year of Cosmere happened, and I thought this is the perfect opportunity for me to push myself to read all the books. So that's what I'm going to do. It's the 30th right now, and it's supposed to start on February 1st, and I'm just waiting for Book Depository to show up with a giant box of all the pretty covers of the Brandon Sanderson books. And I'm gonna be really sad if it's not here today. So UPS, better hurry up. For reals. Number 2 is a series I plan to finish this year. I have a few, but I'm going to show you anyway. The first is the Becca Cooper series by, ooh, that's really shiny, Tamara Pierce. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe this light wasn't the best idea I ever had. Anyway, this is book 1 and this is book 2, and I've read them both. Book 1 is Terrier, book 2 is Bloodhound. And the last book that I haven't finished yet, I kind of forgot about the series for a while, is Mastiff by Tamara Pierce. She wrote The Protector of the Small Quartet. I can't reach it. I'll show you guys later. But I love her writing. I love this series. It is a prequel series to The Protector of the Small Quartet, as well as the Alana books and the Into the Wilderness books that are all up there that I can't reach. Sorry. But I read the first 2 and I have not read this one, so I want to finish it up. Then I also have the Green Rider series by Kristen Britton. This book was published quite a while ago. I read it when I was in middle school, which was a long time ago for me, kind of. Copyright 1998, so I probably read it around that time, maybe a few years after. And I thought it was a standalone book, and then many years later, like seriously like 10 years later, she came out with First Rider's Call, which is the second book in the series. And then she came out with High King's Tomb. Doesn't it make you mad when they switch from mass market paperback to this? And then to make it even more complicated and hard for me, I have Black Veil by Kristen Britton. This is a huge book, and look, I didn't even finish it because I really did struggle to get through this book. But that was quite a while ago, so I probably read it in 2011. I think I pre-ordered it. This book was good. These 2 are amazing. This one was really slow. And there's a certain love story that I want to succeed in this series, and I don't really care what happens or what it takes to make it happen. And this book really made it look like it might not happen, and that would make me very angry. Very angry. So, if I get really ambitious, I would like to reread them all. However, they are quite hefty books. Although, I would say I could read the first 2 in a day each because they're really good. Even if you wanted to just read these 2 and not continue with the series, you wouldn't miss out on anything. These 2 deal with different things than these 2 do. I want to figure out what happens to this character. She grows a little bit more in every book. The only complaint I had about this book is it was very slow. And I don't know, sometimes I just don't read books at the right time and I go back to them later and they're better. Maybe that's the case here. I'm gonna find out. And the third series I'm going to finally finish this year. Again, another one I forgot about a little bit because it took so long for them to come out. I read A Great and Terrible Beauty when it was first published because I'm an old school reader. Like, I've been reading for a long time. This one came out in 2003. That's when I read it. I think I was in middle school. And then I read this one. And I know the third book has been out for a little bit. I just haven't got to it. And I definitely want to read The Diviners by Libba Bray. These are both by Libba Bray. It's the Gem and Doyle series, A Great and Terrible Beauty, and then Rebel Angels. The third book in the series I will be getting soon, I believe is called The Sweet Far Thing. Number 4, a book or series I plan to reread. That would be the Dragon Prince book, at least the first book, if not the whole series. It's a trilogy, and then there's another trilogy that follows it, and there might even be a third trilogy after that, kind of all in the same universe. I don't have the first book with me, but this is the second. It's the Dragon Prince series by Melanie Ron. I read this book a really, really long time ago. I've read all 3 of them, and I forgot about them for a really long time. And then little things just kept coming back to me, and I remembered this really good I would consider it a high fantasy book. I think it's probably the first high fantasy or adult fantasy series I ever read. And little things kept coming back to me, and I kept thinking, I want to find that book again. I want to reread that book. And it's seriously, I looked for it for about 2 or 3 years before I remembered what it was. And the only reason I did was because on Goodreads I saw Melanie Ron had another book, and I remembered that name. And I went down through all of her books and found The Dragon Prince, which is the one I was looking for. I absolutely adored that series the first time around, and I can't wait to reread it. Point 5. A genre of which you'd like to read more of this year. For me, it's the high fantasy. I think Year of Cosmere is going to take up quite a bit of my reading, and that kind of is something. I have read a lot of YA fantasy, but not a lot of adult high fantasy, and I want to start reading more of that. I'm starting to become more and more interested in world building and in character exploration and fantasy settings, so I've heard nothing but good things about Brandon Sanderson, and I'm very excited that he's going to kind of kick off my high fantasy adventure, except for, of course, Melanie Ron, because you were the first, and it was amazing. I can't believe I forgot about you for so long. Number 6, the number of books I want to read this year. Well, Year of Cosmere challenge, I made my Goodreads goal be 50 books. And that's pretty ambitious for me. I work full-time, and I have a part-time job, and I do a lot of traveling for my third, it's kind of a job, but I also pay for it. I'm an equestrian, I show a lot. And I help at the barn and at the shows, and my trainer needs help, I do it. So I'm very busy. But I really like to read. It's kind of my hobby outside of all those things, and I fill the little minutes I have outside of my very busy life with reading. So 50 would be good for me. I'm not going to really force myself to stick to it, especially because I'm doing the Year of Cosmere, and I think that some of those books are very big, and some of them, I don't think they're going to be really fast. I don't want to rush through them just to rush through them. I think I want to spend time to learn about that world and analyze the characters and kind of approach it differently than I would some of these books that are just, you can whip through in a day. Like this one. That's a day read. The last question is one of my non-bookish resolutions. I don't have any, I don't think. I don't like resolutions. I don't like having to stick to something. I definitely have goals, but I don't really make New Year's resolutions per se. I don't have anything that I'm going to stick to, and a lot of those goals are things I'm working towards, like 5-year plan, 10-year plan, things like that, because I'm an adult now with a career and stuff. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I'm a little bit late. I planned on starting this channel in January, and a whole bunch of stuff happened that you don't even care about. But basically, January was not a good month for me. I'm so excited to meet some of you more in here. Why don't you leave a comment down below and introduce yourself? And if I'm not following you already, I will follow you. I'm probably going to switch over from my personal account onto just a BookTube account, so I'll lose some people I follow. But I'm going to try to keep them all the same. And if you saw anything on my list of books or resolutions that you think you want to do, let me know. Or if you are like, don't do that, don't read that, that's a bad idea, let me know that too. I'm going to have a few more videos to film today. Sorry for the same ensemble, but I want to catch up because I'm really behind. But I'm really excited to meet everyone. Thanks for watching. My makeup looks really weird. This tag asks hard questions. Somebody should do a video about that. How you do your makeup differently for when you're on camera. because this is my everyday makeup and it does not look like me at all. I was filming that whole time. Damn it. And then you have to run around and find all the books that you're going to show. And for me, like some of them aren't here. I need a library built for me, just for me. Like a room. Like my brother doesn't really need his bedroom. I should just turn that into my library. Even though, you know, I don't live here. I can't remember all the questions for the tag. Seriously? Just put this on. This video might never get made today. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm gonna spend half of my videos messing around with getting ready to do the actual video instead of just doing it.